Griff, and then I'll get back to you.
Okay.
If you want to fly around like past time, that's fine. We'll just jump back in when you're ready.
What's the keyboard shortcut to give the okay to the launch guy?
Shift U.
Shift U.
No, shift U.
Mogadishu. No, Yugoslavia. Okay, Griff, I am external on you. It looks like you're at 2,000 feet, or 2,600.
Yeah, a little bit high.
Okay, circle around to
Nothing's happening.
astern the carrier. Do you have your engines up, Nikon?
Yeah.
And shift U didn't do it?
Mill power.
Left
shift
shift.
U.
Left shift U.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. And what happened?
Ooh, nice
I got
splash.
caught. I got caught on something and twisted me around.
You should already be on the cat and ready to launch, I thought. You don't have to taxi.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, so you should be able to just push the throttle forward and take off.
I got respawned, so I lost you for a second there. Okay, so where are you at now? You're in the down. Okay, let's just imagine you're leaving Marshall now. So you're gonna want to get down to 400 feet AGL. I'm sorry, 400 knots, 800 feet AGL.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't it 800?
Yeah, I had my numbers mixed up.
Okay.
I wonder if Top Gun view is a better view to be in.
Entering the initial.
Okay, so take note of the carrier's heading. Either that or you'll be given the BRC.
Was it minus 100?
You can either add 200 and subtract 20, or subtract 200 and add 20.
Subtract 200 and add 20.
Okay, try to hold 800 feet and hit your speed brake. Want to decelerate down to you're at it and keep holding 300. You should be about 60-degree angle of bank. Keep that brake open. Your brake's back in.
What do I want my speed to be at?
At 250 knots, drop your gear. And I know you don't like to trim, but this is a good time to really start getting the trim going. 200 knots, drop your flaps to full. Okay, you're gonna have to make your turn. Turn only slightly though, because you're pretty far out. Okay, you wanna be at around 450 feet at this point. AGO.
Colt 1, airborne.
No more than 30 degrees angle of bank. Do you have the needles yet? Keep turning.
I actually didn't bring them up, I forgot.
Oh, okay.
It's alright. I can eyeball it.
Right. That's what the ball's for.
Alright, I'm a little high, but I can fix that.
Okay, if you're high, you want to decrease the power. Don't use the elevator. So decrease the power like half off, and then put half back on.
Colt 1, passing waypoint
And then
2
bring it
at
to the middle.
900.
So it's a little on, a little off, then halfway back on. And the opposite is true if you're too low. Okay, so right now you're still kind of low. So just low
Colt
power
4,
in,
passing
little power
waypoint
out,
3 at
and then half back in.
900.
There you go. See how you're rising? You have the ball?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, you're low, low, power, power, power. Alright, wave off. Okay, for the wave off, you want to stay dirty, get to 600 feet AGL as soon as you can. Hit your brake. And get back on the BRC.
Okay.
Which we
600 feet.
Okay. Now, since you're at 600 feet and at low speed, don't hit the bank so hard. No more than 30 degrees angle of bank. And hold at 600 feet. You're climbing, you're at 800 now.
Yeah, rose a little high.
900.
Remember, decrease the power to lose the altitude. Okay, you're at 700. Try to hold 600 and get your trim on. Okay, your beam. Just about when you see the white paint of the round down and the back of the carrier, start making your turn to the left. 30 degrees maximum. And do a very slight descent down to 450. Keep turning. At this point, there's nothing to look at. Just hold your 30 degrees and your altitude, and she'll roll right into the groove. Basically, you're flying instruments all the time. Okay, you're a little high. And you're also a little fast. So when you're fast, you want to pitch up to bleed the airspeed. When you're slow, you want to pitch down. The key is look at your
What
AOA
speed in the
indexer.
groove should I be at?
Between
Well, I should be following the indexer anyway.
right, which should place you at about 135 knots.
Right.
So yeah, the indexer, you control that with your pitch. Your
Right.
position in the slope, you control that with your power. So it's kind of the opposite. That's how it's done. Okay, when we're around. Get up to 600 feet, so you want to increase power. Don't bank so hard. You're at 55 degrees. Should be no more than 30 in the pattern. Okay, now you're gonna have to turn hard since we were off to the starboard there. You want to be about 1.2 miles away from the carrier at the beam. Alright, looking good. 600 feet. Get that AOA indexer on AOA on slope. Alright, come left. Descend to 450, no more than 30 degrees bank. A little bit lighter on the bank at 40 degrees. Speed looks good. A little more power in the altitude, you're getting a little bit low, but not bad. Hold that turn, hold that turn. Keep coming, keep coming. A little more power. Getting a little bit low. Ease up on the bank. Good, good, good. You should be at about 450 feet when you turn into the groove. Go harder now. There you go. Okay, line up. You got the ball?
Yeah.
Little bit power. Remember, low in, low off, then halfway in. Okay, you got it. There you go, there you go. Hold that, hold that, hold that. Yes! Oh, I thought you had a 3. It looked like a 3 from here, but it's a 1. But still, that was pretty good.
I'll take it.
Yeah. You're on the ball pretty much the whole time going in. I think maybe at the last second you pitched up too much and it dropped the tail hook. That's one of the main reasons why you want to keep that donut in the AOA indexer.
Right. Yeah, no, I felt like, I forget why I made that decision when I was coming in, when I fell into the groove. It was, I think I was on top of the deck and I felt I was a little too low, so I started to chase the E bracket.
Yeah, I would chase the ball more than the E bracket. The E bracket's
Right.
good, but let's say like on the Tomcat, if you get used to using the E bracket, and you do it in the Tomcat, it's not going to work because the E-bracket is very inaccurate in the Tomcat.
Good to know.
Problem with the
Yeah.
problem with the ball on the ship is I really can't see it.
Yeah, I've posted many times to ED saying to fix that because you can't see the ball until it's too late, or your Zulu time in your HUD blocks the view. So sometimes I turn the Zulu time off so I can see the ball better.
I think it's just too far away from my eyes, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But yeah, when you're in the groove, the only thing you really need to be looking at is the ball and your AOA. In fact, when you land, it should be a surprise to you. And you should be able to remember the position that the ball was in when you touch down.
Right.
Because those are the only things you're going to be looking at. Oh, there goes a Tomcat flopping around. Okay, I'm going to jump in. Alright, so keep that stuff in mind and do a couple rounds, and I'm going to jump into the Tomcat here.
Right.
Accept. All right.
Okay, I'm in the pit. Okay, try to get us up to 800 feet. We'll start from there.
800 feet.
Roger that. Heavy at 20. 30. There we go. And now we're at 800. Whoops. Alright, we overshot there a little bit. Yeah, get yourself established at 800 feet and 400 knots. Just kind of circle around the carrier for the time being.
Alright, we're at 2,000 now.
Copy. Coming down.
And would you say 400 knots?
400 knots, 800 AGO. So it looks like BRC is about 270, so keep that in mind. Alright, there's 800 feet. Okay, come back down to 800.
Nope.
Yeah, use that trim. Especially in the Tomcat, because the wings swooping back and forth changes your lift, so you're trimming a lot. And just try to hold 800 feet and 400 knots.
Alright, so I'm just a little fast at the moment, yeah?
Yeah, not too bad. Just throttle back a little bit.
Oh, coming back up again.
There you go, 900 feet. There's 800. And there's about 400 knots, that's good. Alright, bring her left, let's come back to the ship. And we'll come up the starboard side. Watch out to 1,100. It's just one of the Ticonderoga's fairing, I wouldn't worry. Alright, bring us down to 800. Now here's the fun part with the Tomcat. You get to play around with the wings and stuff. And not get bored in the Hornet. So what we're going to do, manually swoop your wings all the way back.
Okay.
We're going to make our approach with the wings all the way back, hold 800 feet and 400 knots. And hold a heading at 270.
Pulse 1, engage
altitude.
at bullseye 269
You're going to get
47 at
very
19,000.
loosey-goosey when the wings are back, as you can tell.
Yep.
And you're going to lose the lift, so bring us up a bit. And trim. Bring us up to 800. There's 700 feet. 800. Speed us up a little bit.
Nope, yeah. 350.
Yeah. Okay, so when we get about 1.2 miles past the carrier, we're gonna do a hard brake to the left, and you're gonna hold like a 60-degree angle of bank, and keep that 800 knots airspeed.
400 knots?
I'm sorry, yes, 400 knots.
Yeah, I was gonna say 800. Holy.
Yeah. sorry.
Alright, about 400. I'm up 900 feet again.
I don't think I got needles in this mission for some reason. Not sure what that's about.
Alright.
Okay, go ahead, try your brake. Climb it to 800. There you go, and engage your air brakes. Okay, your brakes are deployed. Now when you get to 300 knots, you're gonna put the wings back in automatic mode.
Okay.
What we're doing is we're generating all this drag to slow us down and get us on course. It's about 50 knots more. And you want to roll out on the reciprocal heading, which would be 090. Okay, put your wings out. Automatic. And try to hold 800 knots. Okay, we're getting close to the ship, so start your descent to 600 knots. And we're still kind of fast.
600 feet, you mean?
Sorry,
Boop.
I keep doing that. 600 feet. And we're still fast at 350.
Yeah, that's because of losing all that altitude.
Can you extend your speed brake some more just in case?
I thought it was all the way out.
It looks like it, but I'm just checking.
Alright, we're almost at 300.
Okay, your wings are out 300. Okay, let's turn back, come up to the starboard side again. We'll bleed it that way. Okay, there's 250, drop your gear. And parallel the ship's heading at 270. We'll fake it getting into the downwind. Okay, hold 600 feet.
Woo!
Add power. You don't want to get too slow here.
Yeah.
Alright, drop your flaps. We're at 200 knots, so you can drop flaps. Okay, flaps look good and down, slats are down. And if you like to use the DLC of the Tomcat, you can engage that right now too.
What is that? The
Direct lift control.
that's the thumb on the throttle, right?
Right, or on your joystick. Really, I don't,
Oh, yeah,
but it depends
yeah.
on where you mapped it. Alright, give us some power,
Yeah.
we're getting low. We're at 200 feet here.
No, what should we be at? 600?
Yeah, 600 feet.
Should I be bringing in my speed brake at this point, or?
Now you want the speed brake on all the way until you hit the wires.
Yeah, okay.
It adds a little bit more stability to the Tomcat when you're slow. $200 feet more. And now that your gear is down and your flaps down, you want to pay attention to that AOA indexer and try to keep her with the donut.
Okay, so it's flashing low right now, so that means I need to lift?
Hang on, let me have a look. Yeah, pull your nose up a bit. And is your tail hook down? It's flashing, so
Tail hook's not down currently.
that's okay. Yeah, tail hook should be down. That's why the AOA is flashing.
Alright, tail hook's down. Oh,
There.
900
Okay, there
feet
we go.
now, jeez.
Okay, start making about a 30-degree left-hand turn to 090. Try to maintain 800 feet. Good. Good turn. Hopefully we don't get shot down by this MiG-21 that's loitering around. They have no honor. There's 900 feet. There's 800. Hold 800. There's 090. Okay, we're a little bit far to the left, so make a cut in towards the ship. We want to get about 1.2 miles abeam of him.
Are you just eyeballing that?
For now, yeah. Normally you can do it with a TACAN, but we didn't set you up for that yet.
Okay.
But you'll get used to what the ship looks like when you're at the right distance away with enough practice. Hold at 600 feet. Strive to keep your AOA indexer with the donut.
Couple of questions when you
I
get a
can't even
chance.
tell if that's on.
Griff, standby.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still not on the donut. How do I get it there?
Pull the nose up.
Nose up.
Yeah, you might have to trim a lot, actually.
Yeah. I don't know if... So now I'm pulling up a bunch, so it's not...
Okay, so that means that you have too much power in. When you're
Too much
pulling up,
power?
yeah, when you're putting your nose up and you're climbing,
Oh,
the
okay.
AOAs, that means too much power. You gotta try to find a sweet spot in your throttle. There's 600 feet, 500 feet. No nose up still. Ideally, your nose should be at about 10 degrees pitch up.
Oh, really?
So adjust your throttle to hold that and trim like a madman.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I see
There
it.
you go.
We're dropping, though.
Okay, so drop the nose down. Power. Everything has to be like small, minuscule movements.
Come on!
Yeah, power, 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 power.
Yeah.
Okay. Go around the carrier a few times and try to practice holding 600 AGL with a centered donut. And I'll be right back.
Right.
I'm gonna suit up with Griff.
Good idea. Yeah.
Alright, Griff, go
I'm
ahead.
not sure why they. Well, so first of all, in terms of, do you use the speed brake all the way into the catching the wire?
Only in the Tomcat.
Only in the Tomcat. Okay, wanted to make sure.
Right.
And then,
Normally you don't. I mean, some people do, but
Mhm.
normally the procedure is not. Plus, as soon as your gear comes down, the speed brake retracts. So if you're going to use your speed brake coming in, you have to pop it all over again.
Right. Second question had to do with using trim. You were explaining to me that something about to achieve on speed, you use the throttle. Do you use the trim for pitch? Is that what you were saying?
Well, that depends on what we're talking about exactly. If you're talking about the AOA indexer,
Mm-hmm.
you're using pitch to control that primarily. If you're talking about your position on the glide slope and or your altitude, then you're using power.
Okay. So the AOA indexer is the slow, fast ball donut, right? Is that
Right, but it's actually better for you to think of it as your AOA pitch indicator. If you think of it in terms of slow and fast, you're going to want to use your throttle to correct for it, and that's really not what you should be doing in Navy aircraft. Air Force aircraft, yeah.
okay? So let me just make sure I understand this properly, because actually, all right. So the AOA indexer is in the F-18 is the slow donut, red, you're too fast, index are on the left side of my HUD, correct?
Correct.
And I'm supposed to use pitch, actually, to
Right.
mediate that.
So if you're looking at a red chevron, if you notice the chevron's pointing up, so
Right.
that means to pitch your nose up.
Right.
And if you think about it, I mean, it's AOA, but it is going to control your airspeed because a red chevron means you're too fast. Well, when you pitch your nose up, you start to generate more drag with your lift, and that's going to slow you down.
All right, so that's actually controlled with pitch, but as you were saying, you really want to control your pitch with your trim rather than with the stick.
You want to control your pitch with the stick, and you want to use the trim to hold it.
Okay, all
And
right.
then if you want to make slight corrections, then you trim that out some more.
Uh-huh. All right, so you can use the pitch, the trim rather, to make slight corrections, but generally, if you have to make adjustments, you'd fly normally.
Right. Remember, ideally, if you're trimmed out and everything, you shouldn't need the stick at all for anything. You should be able to do everything just with just the throttle. And that's the
Right.
ultimate goal.
All right, so that's what's strived for, is to have it so trimmed and be on speed and all that so well that really you might need to make an adjustment with your trim, but generally
Right.
you don't need to touch it.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I've been hand-fisting it mostly and getting it on the ground, but I'd like to take trim, but I think my concept of how to use trim was very different than that, and obviously wrong. And what might explain why I've been having so much trouble with it.
Yeah, it's counterintuitive to what you think. Like, you have to think, helicopter pilots can do it really well because the collective controls your altitude and the stick controls your forward and backward motion. It's kind of the same thing in this case. Your throttle is controlling your location and the glide slope, i.e. your altitude, and your stick is controlling your airspeed by pitching up and pitching down.
Right.
The interesting thing too is that the same thing applies to even a Cessna. When you're in the pattern, pitch controls your airspeed and throttle controls your rate of descent or your altitude. So it just comes down to basic principles.
Your power controls your rate of descent. Did you just say that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I follow what you're getting at.
Yeah, because think about it. When you decrease power, yes, you're decreasing the speed, but you're also decreasing the lift that your wings are generating. So you're going to start to descend. Now, when you descend below the glide slope, you obviously don't want to do that either. So what you have to do is correct for it by adding a little bit power to arrest your descent.
Right.
When you add that power, you start to come back up again or hold, but now that the power is there, your lift is going to start to increase. You're going to start going up above the glide slope, and you'll be in the same predicament you were originally. So that's why at that point you take a little bit of power out so that it stabilizes you on the ground, on the glide slope. And that's why I was telling you on that one approach, a little power in, a little power out, and then halfway back in.
Right.
That would be if you're too low. If you're too high, a little power out, a little power in, and then halfway back out. Now how much halfway is, that really depends on the situation that your aircraft is in and how you have a feel for the throttle.
Right.
But that's the basic concept. You're going to put in a shot of power or take out a shot of power to cause an effect, and then you're going to counter it, and then you're going to arrest it.
Right, and especially with the F-18, the throttle is slow to respond. It's
Right. Now here's another thing too. You don't want to overpower it because in general, you can affect much more of an effective change with, let's say, 10 small net changes than one big change. Like, if you adjust the throttle maybe 10 times, you'll have much more control than if you adjusted it with big power corrections 3 times. It all adds
Right.
up, basically.
Right. I think I can translate that skill from doing the air-to-air refueling.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you're constantly moving the throttle in that situation.
Right, yeah. If you ever watch a YouTube video of Navy pilots landing and it's at an angle where you can see their hand on the throttle,
Yeah.
that thing's moving like crazy. You know, it's like boom, 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 boom. You know.
Right. Yeah, I've seen some S3 pilots doing it, and they're just constantly moving the throttle.
Yeah, and that's an NS3, which is generally
Yeah.
a slow aircraft. Imagine if you're in a fast mover, you know.
Right. Right.
Any other questions?
Hey, Bones.
Go for
What's
bones.
what's the speed I should be at while I'm doing this? Like, what's the be like 150 or 180 or something? How many knots should I be?
On which part of the pattern?
I'm just trying to hold 600 feet. You know, watching the indexer.
Right. Okay. Here's the fun part. I honestly don't know. And the reason is because you don't care about the airspeed, you care about the AOA. If you're on AOA, it will hold your airspeed. So, to somewhat answer your question, the only airspeed you really need to know is when you enter into the brake, which is 400 knots. And, oh, and Griff, actually in a Hornet it's 350 knots, but it's okay if you want to do 400.
Into
then-
the brake.
Yeah. And then when you get to 300 knots, you want your wings and automatic. At 250 knots, you want to drop your gear. And 200 knots, engage flaps and DLC. After that, it's all AOA. You don't care what the airspeed is.
Okay. So I'm basically just trying to hold this thing, and I'm falling below 150, and it's getting really hard to just keep it even level.
Right, yeah, then you're probably under power. When she starts to get real squirrely like that. But you don't want to just throw power in there, you know, just put small adjustments in and see what it does, and adjust accordingly from there.
Alright.
Alright, gonna jump back in the pit, would you?
It's a real mess at the moment, but I'm working on
No
it.
problem. Everyone starts somewhere. Well, you're holding the altitude pretty well, 600 knots, or feet. And your
yeah,
AOA indexer, yeah, you want to pitch up a little bit. So your altitude's increasing a little bit, that's good, so you want to power back a little bit to hold that 600. A little bit more on the pitch, nose up. There you go, see how it's starting to light up now? Yeah, the donut. Yeah, the donut there for a second. Okay, see now we're at 700 and you're...
There it goes.
Oh, yeah. So decrease the power a little bit and bring your nose on a little bit. And remember to trim. It'll be so much easier when you have it trimmed out.
So it's telling me to point the nose down currently, but I'm losing altitude.
Okay, then that means you need more power.
Power up, right? Okay. Okay.
Oh, oh, almost.
Now what's up?
Okay, see where it's big out now? Trim for that.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, you get used to it after a while.
Hornet
hard
is
to
clearly
run.
taking off.
I've been able to land this thing on the carrier. I can land at 27, but I don't think I've ever done it right. Like I just come in and drop it on the
Yeah.
drop it on the cables.
Alright, you're holding pretty well. A little bit nose up. There's 600 feet. Okay, if your nose is up and you're 600 feet and you're still climbing, that means you have too much power. So back off the power a little bit.
Alright, backing off. Backing off even more.
If you want to cheat a little, use the velocity vector. That at least works in the hood. But ignore the E bracket. Alright, you're coming through. You're at 500 feet now. Power, power, power.
Yep.
There you go. More power. And remember, F-14's engines are pretty powerful too, so you're not going to need too much power to get it to do what you want. You don't want to overpower her. Alright, there's 600 feet.
Good. Oh my lord. Man, flying this thing at low speed is killing me right now. Alright, pitch up.
Good, good. That's good. Oh, a little bit more back pressure. Okay, a little more power because you're at 500 feet, just a little bit. Holding your AOA pretty well. Okay, see the altitude's increasing, that's what you want. A little more pitch up. See the AOA indexer?
Yeah.
That'll get you your 600. Okay, you're approaching 600. There you go.
Alright.
Trim for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Back off into power a little bit. You're at 650 feet.
This is the thing. Starting to shake a little bit.
Yeah, that happens when the AOA starts to approach like 13 degrees. So you're either gonna wanna loosen up on the pressure or add low power. Back pressure, that is.
Alright, this is
Yeah,
pretty
you're holding
close.
good. Yeah, see, there you go. 600 feet, holding the AOA. Are you trimmed?
Yeah, totally trimmed.
Cool, that's it, you got it. And what's better is you have it on video. So now you have proof they actually did it. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna try
here, so just
a little more power.
Just give power, right? Okay.
Yep. Put a little shot of power in, then bring it out, and then a teeny bit in more. Everything's like small, minuscule control movements. Okay, they're 600 feet. Nose down, nose down, nose down just a little bit. There you go. Don't chase it.
Ugh. Had it there for a quick second.
Yep, it's fine. No power. More power.
So do you just, whenever you're saying like give it power, should I give it like a shot of power or just sort of like move it up a little bit?
I would move it up just a little bit, see what it does, and then adjust accordingly.
Oh my god.
These engines are so strong, if you shoot a lot of power in there, you could get away from you.
There you go.
The funny thing is, when I look over your shoulder here, it shows your flaps are up, but if I look at the wings, they are obviously down. It may be a graphics bug.
Yeah, it must be.
Okay, we're passing through 900 feet.
This altitude's killing me right now.
Yeah, power back, and there you go, your AOA is right on. See, this is where it's handy having a human Rio. Jester would never tell you this stuff.
Yeah.
Right, there's 600, close to it. How's your AOA? There
Wants
you go.
me to pitch up.
Yep. Okay, you're climbing, so pull the power a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Coming down a bit.
There you go. Yep, nose down a little bit. Put in a little more power. See, eventually you'll kind of feel in your throttle where the power needs to be. That'll be your sweet spot.
Gonna take some practice.
Right, yeah, it takes learning the feel of it. And then once you get that sweet spot, you just want to have very small corrections from that spot.
Alright, I'm starting to sort of feel it just by looking at the horizon. I can kind of...
Yeah. It's all in the feel. That's what's nice about a non-fly-by-wire aircraft. You can actually be one of the plane and feel exactly what it needs and what you need. Okay, keep practicing standby. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Mic off.
Need to pitch up.
Sure as
Mic on.
Oh, jeez. All right.
bolter bolter. Came in too steep on that, made the hook bounce.
Mic off.
On the initial.
boy.
Yeah, it takes
This is-
takes a lot of practice.
Like I've been flying the A10 lately, and it's like super stable. And I flew the Hornet around right after I bought it. That's super stable. Get
Right.
back in this F-14 and try to do this. It's like, holy God.
Yeah.
Well, it's good though. This is something at least I can work on.
Totally behaves different in the landing. Yeah, my approach sucks. Taking off.
See you over the carrier. I'm at your 9 o'clock.
Mic on.
Well, I'm going to be able to eyeball 600 feet like nobody's business after this.
Bones here.
Alright, 600. Nose up.
I'll be a couple more minutes before getting back. If you want, when I do, if you want, I'll jump in the front seat. You can jump in the back seat, and you can see what it looks like.
Yep.
Okay. So keep practicing. I'll be back in a few.
Arg.
Nice job, though. I see you're very stable.
Mic off.
Alright, that's 600. Okay, got it on right now. 600, need to back up slightly. Alright. Oh, there's an altitude. Oh, God. Every little correction I try to make, I end up overshooting or...
Yeah, you're constantly fighting it. I'm having the same experience in the 18.
Wow. Yeah, this E-bracket is garbage, huh?
I guess in the 14 it is. In the 18 you live and die by it.
Alright. 600 feet? Nope. Alright, I see kind of what I'm doing wrong here. Just a little bit more. There we go. I can ride it for a quick minute and then I start dropping altitude.
Caught the one wire. Miss, are you gonna land?
User joined your channel.
You're talking to me?
Yes, Nikon, I'm talking.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I don't know how far. Oh yeah, I'm pretty far away. I'm like just trying to get this thing to fly level. Yeah, I'd say I'm a good 10 miles back, coming back for the carrier.
All right, I'm just gonna leave the mission, and I'll come back in a minute. I'm gonna take a restroom break. Be right back.
Roger. Two 7-0 drop.
Hey, Hammer.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much, you know.
What are you guys doing?
Well, we're just messing around with carrier ops right now, but might do some intercept in a minute. Bones was talking about doing some intercept, against each other or something.
Well, I'm here now.
Oh.
So I can fly a G11
All right.
whenever you guys are ready, though.
Well, I think Bones is AFK right now, putting his kid to bed.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just gonna do a loadout change and I'm good to go.
I can do some seed until Bones is back. If you want. Up to you.
Mic on.
And we're not dead. That's good.
Speak of the devil.
Hey, Hammer's here. It's hammer time.
Yeah, I gotta. Give me a minute. I'll be right back.
No problem. Alright, so where are we? Astern? Yeah. You gonna try to land now?
See what happens.
You're pretty much right on path for it.
I don't think I'm coming down quick enough.
Then pull the power a slight bit, put it back on, and then pull it off again. Whoa! Foul deck! Foul deck!
Yeah, I got out of his way.
Alright, you're low. Power. And let's see. One wire. And the shuttle
Nice.
is passing underneath us. Up. Pull the power. You're gonna snap the cable.
Didn't release it?
No, pull the power.
No.
Ah! Power back. Wow. This is one long cable.
How do you release the thing?
Pull it to idle, and then raise your tail hook.
Did it release?
No, I think you have to pull it. You're totally... There it goes, okay. Oh, wait. Raise your hook again.
Hook's up currently.
Yeah, and you're totally in idle?
Yep.
Huh. It's like stuck. I don't know how to release it. You gotta get a green shirt to come and release it. Yeah, it's kind of stuck. I think the only way to release it would be... Yeah, that, exactly.
I'll just get off of it.
I'm back.
Okay, so this time, do you want to follow me, or do you want to hop in the Rio seat?
Here, I'll hop in the Rio seat. What was that?
Okay.
I thought it was 2.
Here we go.
Oh, wait, do I have to, I probably have to go to a roll myself, huh?
Right.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
DCS just crash?
I'm frozen. How is everyone else?
I'm frozen.
Fine.
I'm good.